Hello everyone, I am Kapila here, your English teacher, and today we'll take up the poem Macavity, the Mystery Cat, written by T.S. Eliot. T.S. Eliot was an American English poet. His famous works are The Waste Land and Four Quartets. He was awarded the Order of Merit and Nobel Prize for Literature. Now, let us read one of his creations, Macavity, the Mystery Cat. I don't have the textbook, so I have downloaded it in my mobile. Similarly, you can also download the book from the link given in the description. Macavity is the name of the cat, and it's a mystery cat because there's something which is a secret about this cat. Okay, let's begin with the poem. Before we begin with the poem, let's have a look at the list of words that have been used in this poem. Bafflement, despair, levitation, ginger, sunken, fiend, depravity, feline, and some more which you can see on the screen here. Now, let's enjoy the poem. Macavity's a mystery cat. He's called the hidden paw, for he's the master criminal who can defy the law. He's the bafflement of Scotland Yard, the flying squad's despair, for when they reach the scene of crime, Macavity's not there. Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. He's broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. His powers of levitation would make a fakir stare. And when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity's not there. You may seek him in the basement, you may look up in the air. But I tell you once and once again, Macavity's not there. Macavity's a ginger cat. He's very tall and thin. You would know him if you saw him, for his eyes are sunken in. His brow is deeply lined with thought. His head is highly domed. His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. He sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. And when you think he's half asleep, he's always wide awake. Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity, for he is a fiend in feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a by-street, you may see him in the square, but when a crime's discovered, the Macavity's not there. So, this beautiful poem describes the acts of this cat which commits crime and leaves the place and is not found there. So, it is often called as the hidden paw also. And that is why it is the bafflement of the Scotland Yard and it is the despair of the flying squad, because it is not found on the scene of crime. Whenever these people of the flying squad and the Scotland Yard, they go to search for Macavity, it is not found there. So that is why the Scotland Yard is perplexed and confused what to do, what not to do. And similarly, the flying squad also is in despair, is in grief, as they are not able to find it. Then another important thing about Macavity is that it defies, it denies all the laws of gravity and human laws also. Okay, it flies in the air without any support. It doesn't have any support, and fakirs are believed to have some magical powers, but even those fakirs, they keep on staring at the Macavity because it is defying the law of gravity also, and it is levitating, that is flying in the air without any support. It's so light and it is committing crime. Then Macavity is a ginger cat. It is brown in color, and also it's very like the ginger. When you taste it, it's so spicy. A sort of ting is there on your tongue. Similarly, the character of this cat is also very spicy character. It commits crime and then it runs away. So it has got and because of the neglect also, it doesn't comb his hair, and the dome shaped hair is there. It sways its head like a snake does it from one side to the other side. Then its brow is there and the sunken eyes are there. So this is how you can recognize Macavity. But still, whenever there is a crime and you go to find Macavity, you'll not be able to find Macavity. Likewise, you'll be able to find it here and there in the by street or in the square. Anywhere you'll be able to find it when you're not searching for it. But when actually a crime has been committed and you go in search of it, then you wouldn't find it. And actually, it is a monster. It's a fiend, an evil spirit in the cat shape, in the feline shape. Okay, it is that. And no matter when a crime is committed, you search for it in the basement, deep down the earth also you go to search for it, or you go at great heights, you will not be able to find this Macavity. Now the poet must have used this for the cat also, and it can be used, it may have been used for a thief also who has this quality as Macavity does. To know the rhyme scheme of a poem, we need to read the last word of each line, and the same pronunciations are termed as AA, then the next two same pronunciations are termed as BB, as you can see in the poem here. So the rhyme scheme of this poem is AABB. Now let us take the exercise here. Read the first stanza and think, is Macavity a cat really? If not, who can Macavity be? When we read the poem, we are told that Macavity is a cat, but if it is not a cat, then it can be a thief who has all the qualities of this cat, Macavity. Complete the following sentences. A master criminal is one who defies all the laws and who would be the bafflement of Scotland Yard and the despair of flying squad. The Scotland Yard is baffled because whenever any crime is committed and they reach the scene of crime, they are not able to find the culprit or the criminal, that is Macavity. Dash, because Macavity moves much faster than them. The fakirs stare at Macavity because she moves much faster than them. Next question. A cat, I am sure, could walk on a cloud without coming through. Jules Verne. Which law is Macavity breaking in the light of the comment above? She is breaking the law of gravity and levitation. The next question asks for a description of the cat. So you can write the description as it's a ginger cat or brown in color with the head that is dome shaped, and it has got whiskers, it has got sunken eyes, it sways its head from one side to the other, and it has left its coat dusty with neglect. So this is the description of the cat. Say true or false for each of the following statements. Macavity is not an ordinary cat. So this is true, it's not an ordinary cat. Macavity cannot do what a fakir can easily do. This is false. Macavity can do much better than the fakirs. That is why the fakirs are also staring. Macavity has supernatural powers. True, maybe because she defies all the laws. Macavity is well dressed, smart and bright. This is false because Macavity doesn't comb. Macavity has got a dusty coat. That is why this is false. Macavity is a spy, a trickster and a criminal all rolled in one. Maybe she is a spy and maybe she is a trickster also and a criminal also. So this is true. Having read the poem, try to guess whether the poet is fond of cats. If so, why does he call Macavity a fiend and monster? So now he calls it, maybe he is fond of cats or not, that we cannot say. But yes, he is writing something for the cat, so that means he admires the cat. but he's calling it a fiend and a monster because it is doing something that is against the ethics of humanity, right? That is the reason why, because it is committing criminal acts. This is the reason why it's calling it a fiend and monster, because it's really very cunning and very sharp and wicked. That is the reason why it's being called as fiend or monster. Now you can also write about your admiration for cats, whether you like them or not. A line or two you can add in this answer regarding that. Has the poet used exaggeration for special effect? Find a few examples and read those lines aloud. If we look at the lines here where they are talking about the bafflement, it's the bafflement of the Scotland Yard and the flying squad's despair, then the lines where they're talking of the levitation, then the lines where it's being called as a fiend and monster. In these lines, exaggeration has been used. Now, just do a little bit of fun exercise, and to do the fun exercise, you should make a puppet of any cat or any animal which you like. A paper puppet, how you can make, you can just cut out the figure and you can draw whiskers on it and then stick it on your finger, and then you can play it with your brother and sister. That's all for now. See you in the next video.